The United States is currently facing a massive student loan debt crisis, with the total amount of debt having more than doubled over the last 2 decades. This has become one of the largest forms of consumer borrowing in the country. The amount of student debt held in America is roughly equal to the size of the economy of Brazil or Australia. More than 45 million people collectively owe $1.6 trillion, according to U.S. government data. The reason for this increase is due to the fact that higher education is seen as a necessary requirement for high-paying jobs, with workers with a bachelor's degree earning nearly double what those with only a high school diploma make.
Student loan.
President Joe Biden launched a new student debt relief plan in 2022, which has received both positive and negative reactions. The plan forgives up to $20,000 in student debt for Pell Grant recipients and up to $10,000 for those who earn less than $125,000 and are not Pell Grant recipients. Nearly 8 million Americans can expect debt reduction to be automatically applied, while the rest have until the end of 2023 to apply for forgiveness. This plan has already resulted in 2% of student loan debt being forgiven, which is the most relief by any presidential administration in American history. When the pandemic brought the global economy to a standstill in 2020, President Trump issued a moratorium on student debt payments and forced interest rates down to zero. Mr. Biden adopted similar policies. The moves helped millions of people lower their loan balances and prevented borrowers unable to pay their loans from defaulting on them. However, the cost of college continues to rise faster than inflation, making the situation even worse. The high cost of higher education has resulted in many students experiencing mental health issues related to their debt, with 56% reporting anxiety, 32% reporting depression, 20% reporting insomnia, 17% reported panic attacks, and 10% reporting other mental health conditions. The average student attending a public university in the U.S. borrows $32,880 to get their bachelor's degree, and many recent college graduates are unable to afford the standard 10-year repayment timeline. As a result, it takes people an average of 17 years to pay off their education debt, according to the U.S. Department of Education. Despite the efforts of the Biden administration, there is still no clear solution to the student loan debt crisis. Controlling the rising costs of higher education is a necessary step, but implementing rules and regulations to do so is easier said than done. The best recourse for students is to educate themselves as much as possible about the costs of a college degree and the financial implications of taking on student loan debt before they borrow.